Witcher 3 will be the RPG fans' dream come true, developed by CD Projekt Red in Poland, and is the third game of the amazing series, which will be continuing in a breathtaking open-world environment. Release date was just set back to February the 24th, 2015, from its previous 2014 launch date. The grand final of the Witcher trilogy, a standalone adventure easily accessible to new players, a breathtaking cinematic introduction illustrating the new game background, unique atmosphere, and memorable characters with gritty dialogue. This is what we know of Witcher 3 so far. Let's get into it. We will be starting off with the fact that it is open world. The game takes place in a vast, non-linear open world, 35 times larger than what it was in The Witcher 2, and estimated to be 50 hours of gameplay just to finish the main quest, and at least 50 more hours of side quests and other things to do. There are multiple ecosystems and cultures that players can move between at will, regions with different inspirations and deep cultural references, each with a distinct feel, and an entire world is freely explorable without interruptions of loading screens. A living world. The world of Witcher 3 is shaped by the player's decisions, but when left by itself, it goes on living. It features realistic day and night cycle, a dynamic weather system, and a living economy. The new in-game economy system varies the prices of goods based on the conditions of the surroundings. For example, fish might be more expensive in a village that is far away from water. And the village lying on trade routes for hunters and trappers might have many tanneries and leather workers, affecting the prices of crafting components and armor, of course. The combat, a dynamic tactical combat system rooted into traditional RPG systems. A Witcher senses system bringing new tactical depth to combat monsters, each with their own lore, posing unique hunting challenges and responding to changes in the environment. A new generation of RPGs, a tutorial built into the game allowing players to dive into the world of The Witcher with ease, involving investigations and rewarding hunts through the Witcher senses mechanic. A completely rewritten RPG mechanic allowing players to see an influence of statistics on gameplay. The Witcher 3 will be released on PC, Xbox One, and for the PS4, basically next generation hardware only. In an interview with Eurogamer's Robert Purchase did with CD Projekt Red, Robert asked, "So what makes The Witcher 3 a next generation RPG?" CD Projekt co-founder Marcin Iwinski said, "We will have a new mimic system, more animations, more sophisticated dialogue, editors, and this will result in a more sophisticated depictions and dialogues with subtler camera work, with sounds helping tell the story rather than just being there in the background." Writer Jacob Smolarek also replied, saying in this quote, "This is really cool for us because The Witcher from the books is not a very talkative guy, and there's a lot that he does by just frowning, or in the face by just turning away and so on. And we couldn't use that very much in The Witcher 1, which had a rudimentary gesture and mimic system. The Witcher 2 was an improvement from there, but it still didn't allow us much freedom in that respect, whereas in The Witcher 3, we'll have a lot of these new tools." He also said the result should be the ability to elicit a wider array of emotions from the players than in the previous games. He continued by saying there will be some very touching moments in The Witcher 3, and you will have the time, since it's a very long game, to establish relationships with people that are close to you from the very beginning, and also see the relationships either grow or falter. This may also be a pretty intense experience as well. The biggest changes from the technical aspects of those characters, and that also impacted on how we created them, is there are a lot of moving items and things on the characters right now. We've got the clothing system working properly. There was some first approaches on that in Witcher 2, but it wasn't exactly successful, they said. So the clothing, all of the dangling things, etc., we try to move as many things on the character as possible. We're having many more physics objects and little bits of cloth dangling in the wind and chains and stuff like that, added environment artist Jonas Mattsson. We want you to make it as alive as possible, and when the wind rolls and you're standing in a grass plain, you will see the wind moving. You get this motion, it's much more alive. Before it was just an animation. We have a full day and night circle, as we had in The Witcher 2 and in The Witcher Run. And with this, it's very important that the artists don't have to make different assets for night or even check the assets for different conditions. They just make one asset and it should behave properly in all lighting conditions and all weather conditions, because we have a new weather system, which is pretty cool. Jonas Mattsson also said that he has been using a forest making tool that factors angle of terrain and likely rainfall location and sprouts a forest. You will get this natural looking forest within seconds based upon the values on how the rain would fall, etc., he said. Lighting too will react to the physical properties of an object, reflecting more realistically. All an artist needs to do is pick a material and create the object. The engine computes the rest. It's just another level of realism, said Paul Milniczuk. There's even next generation fur. And last but not least, the visuals. Fully dynamic light and shadow effects throughout the entire game world, generating superior atmosphere and ambience. Detailed, realistic locations through a significant increase in polygon numbers. A deep role-playing experience through visually attractive, film-like presentation. That was all the major points that we know so far for this upcoming title, and I'll be covering this game with the latest news and updates until after the game release, so make sure to subscribe for the latest news on this amazing upcoming title, The Witcher 3. I will also, of course, continue my funny montages and edited videos on this channel as I always have, so if you want to check them out, I recommend clicking that video below. Anyway, that's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next adventure. Atozy out.